Welcome back. This is Tony with Earth Inspired, and we finally got this project finished. So we're actually working towards a show here at the beginning of April, and we're making junk characters. We've got some other things you'll see later, but I just wanted to show you the finished product. In the other videos, we've made halos, we've done backgrounds, we've laid out some pieces. You guys saw us actually assembling this, doing some wired up work, that kind of thing. Here he is finished. So some of the actual features, this piece, some kind of metal thing smashed up on the road. The halo's made of barbed wire. We've got some old welding wire wrapped around it. This mouth is actually a piece of exhaust pipe. So out in the wild, where I find all this stuff on the road, you'll find a lot of exhaust pieces. And anything round like that, what I've noticed is after it gets banged around for, I don't know how long this takes, but when it gets beat up for a while, they all turn into like this kind of D shape. It kind of gets this mouth shape going, and you can have it be a frown, kind of a, I wouldn't call it disgust look, but it's got that frown signature. Or flip it over, it can be a smile. You could have teeth up in there, different things. But here's what we settled on with him. Also, we've got a little copper pipe strap, a little CO2 cylinder. It might have been one of those little cylinders for the like whipped cream cans. Here's some CV bolt joints for the eyes and some little plastic pieces I found at work. Some springs up under the eyes. Those were Volkswagen related. So here's what he ended up being. We're super happy with it. Glad you guys got to see some of it. But what I'd also like to talk about is what this actually means to me, where this whole face comes from. So my whole life I've been really attracted to characters and faces and facial features and reactions, and I didn't even really make this connection till lately when I started making these, that I've been doing this my whole life. I've got some masks and things from elementary school where I made these little plaster masks that I put into a little art show and won a little contest. And doing the clay thing for a while. I was making these masks called Ocean Dwellers. They're a clay mask, and I made little figure masks, and I'm always making these little faces. Something about it just attracts me. And something else that really I've kind of noticed with this, doing these faces and doing other character faces, is the reaction you get from other people when you show them. So you create a figure, they've got some kind of facial feature, and you show them, they can't help but light up. You get that gut reaction. I like seeing that reaction. That really does something for me. And why I actually do this, I mean, there's a certain element of unknown, like compulsion. I mean, you talk to a lot of artists, and they can relate to that. I feel this drive to create. I feel driven to create. My happiness kind of goes along with that. If I don't work on something for a day or two in a row, like everyone knows it. So now, what am I creating? That's always changing. The creation process can be on these. Lately, I've been really attracted to collecting these found objects that kind of popped up out of nowhere. Started picking up certain objects really stick out to me. Things with rust on it, things with patina, things that are worn and used that just always has stuck out to me. Antique things in the past, fossil collecting. So things that have been around a while, things that have a story, a second life. But these found objects, I started collecting them. I started assembling them into faces, and it's just gone from here. So now that urge to create, it takes many forms. Like we're getting ready to dive into some bees. I work with bees, and we have different things going on with that. So there's always a creation of some kind going on. Sometimes it's writing, sometimes it's drawing. It manifests many ways, but something is involved with these faces. Something always comes back to seeing someone's face reaction. And another thing that's hugely interesting to me is the concept of, this is found objects, little separate items that are put together. They're in close proximity. So in reality, they are just items assembled, and when someone looks at it, that act of observation, their brain assembles that into a face, creates a character. And you can't help but, when you look at this, your brain automatically makes it into something. Okay, that's a person, that's a face, that's some kind of face. It has facial features, and you automatically give it a voice, you give it a sound. I mean, if it, for most people anyways. So that's just a little insight what goes on in this brain. It's all over the place sometimes, but there's something about creating I can't stop. And we've got this show coming up. Right now we want to have about 20 faces there. We've got some other characters you're going to see that at the actual show video. We've got a couple more videos coming out, and then there'll be a video of the actual show. So we're really excited about this. We're pumped. It's going to be a big success. We're going to get out there, and we're glad you guys stuck along through this. Check out some of our other videos. We're going to be a lot of stuff coming up in the future here. It's going to be a busy summer. There's going to be art. There's going to be bees. There's going to be pottery. It's just going to be everywhere. So thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. My brother-in-law Mike, he's been helping with these videos. I'm super stoked to have him involved, and you're going to see him real soon. So thanks, guys.